It is me, back in the flesh again. I think I do. I wanna have a little music. All right, as usual. I gotta get myself together. Yes, I was inspired to do this live for the ladies. Yes, I was. Reason being because of me release the energy. I don't hold on to energy that I know that don't serve me. So yes, I want to talk to you. What is going on? What? What are you doing? Can you please shut the door? I'm in a live. What in there? Freaking freak. That was strange. They just will come ahead. But anyway, like I said, I was inspired to do this live. This is why I'm here. So I can release a lot of energy and so I can give some of my knowledge, some wisdom that I have when it comes to, you know, being single and how can I say this? Being single and not staying true to yourself. I think that it's very important that we have the correct knowledge of knowing how to deal with, certain situations that we go through when it comes to other individuals, whether it's significant other or a bad breakup or things of that sort. So I got some notes here that I wrote down so it can keep me focused. It's not nothing really, it don't go in depth about nothing. It's just something that'll keep me on track, when I talk about the things that I'm talking about. So the first thing that I feel like is important is self care. Self care is not always about your physical aspect. It's also about your mental aspect. What do you do on a daily basis to get your mental right to become more aware of yourself because that's very important. When you are very clear, when you have clarity about where you're going within your life, because based on where you're going in life, that's going to depict who you're going to allow in your life. And that's very important because we just think that we could just allow anybody in our life because we feel like we are so sure of ourselves, which that's totally not accurate. So the thing is, when we as ladies have encounters with you know, uh the opposite sex, we have to know that we have to resonate with them. What I mean by that is like, or how could I say this? When you resonate with your significant other or the other person, then it makes things go that much more easier. Because in some aspect, y'all have similar goals. Meaning y'all both are creators. Y'all both, have this vision for yourself on a grander, you know, scale, a grander level. And so if you allow somebody who doesn't have any dreams or goals or intentions on, you know, having better or wanting better for themselves, what's going to end up happening is they are going to end up setting you back. And that won't be good for you because of all the hard work you put in. So when you're dealing with individuals, in this case, the male, you have to be able to read energies. Therefore, when an individual do come into your life, you'll be able to know if it's best for you. Is it something that's best for you at that moment in time? Or if you do feel like, you want to have a little me time or whatever, do not get your feelings involved. Just do your thing and continue on. Let it be what it is, and don't, you know, have any type of attachments towards it. And yes, I'm speaking from experience, because once you allow yourself to get attached in a situation based on feelings, then that's going to is going to interfere with a lot of things that you have going on in your life. So always read the energy. And what I mean by reading the energy is just, watch, how they talk about themselves. Watch what, they say they have going on in their life. It's a lot of things that you will be able to pick up on a person when they are talking about themselves. So in that aspect, be able to discern the situation, meaning the energy. Okay, so what I wanted to also talk about is about every one of us have the ability to, you know, prophesize our life based upon our focus. And the more we focus on ourselves and developing ourselves in a more conducive way to conducive way to our goals, then the more we'll be able to control our emotions and our, attention, because it's our attention that's attracting certain energies within our lives. This live is not going the way I wanted it to go, y'all. It ain't. I just wanted to talk to y'all because I feel like self-care is so important when it comes to our mental aspect, not just the physical aspect, because we just focus so much on the physical aspect so much that it's just wow. We forget about, our mental, and we don't be prepared to go through the situations that enter our lives within that moment in time. Excuse me. So this ain't gonna be like a, you know, long line. I just wanted to come on here real quick and, you know, talk to you ladies a little bit, because that's mainly what I've been always wanting to do, is just, focus on, women, single moms, ladies, period, to shed some light on, relationships and things of that sort, you know, our kids and us wanting better and us, multitasking and things of that sort, because we really have to have our minds right in order to get shit done. Point blank. And so if our mind is not right, then our life, our nothing is not gonna be right. So that's the first thing that I know that we need to get in order is our minds, because there's no other way. So like I said, um, I'm going to structure it next time. I knew that I was going live, but it was just on me so bad to release this energy that I have in me, because the way I work is that I cannot have things lingering within my mind and my heart, because it's gonna make me, do foolish things that I wouldn't normally do if I didn't have this certain thought within my mind. So yeah. Oh, I didn't even do the greeting. No, that way it can pop up. But I'm gonna be going live more often. And I'm gonna be well prepared next time. I knew I wanted to go live because, like I said, I needed to get this energy out and to you know bring some forth to the ladies because it's just so important that we get our minds right before we can try to go forth with even being in a relationship with the opposite sex because we do that a lot. We put ourselves in situations and then we wonder why because we didn't fully know ourselves. That's why all that happens. We have to know ourselves. We have to really do some deep healing in order to get through the things that we've already, you know, encountered in previous relationships. Because what happens is we end up taking those negative energies along with us within the new relationships, and then we wonder why. But my thing was always that I'm just this compassionate person. I'm so you know willing to help anybody and everybody that I can. But I think, well, I don't think I know that I do that in a way that is not healthy for me. And when I do that, it sets me back. It sets me back so so to the extreme of no return sometimes. That's why I always find myself always trying to pull myself out of situations because I allow, you know, individuals that hasn't did the work, hasn't did the healing to dictate my awareness. And then I started second guessing myself. But when I do that, that doesn't make nothing better. So with each encounter that you have with the opposite sex or male, you're going to have to know yourself. That way, you won't be caught up in energies that don't serve you, energies that are untrustworthy, energies that will hinder your growth process. Like I said previously, if you're working on yourself, it is very important that you learn how to read energies. And like I said, the first step toward reading energies is reading yourself. How do you feel about things? Everybody ain't perfect. You, I once had like this. I don't want to say evil because I stray away from that. But I once had a spirit, or should I say, energy that I was always in survival mode, and so with me being in survival mode, I betrayed a lot of people. Because it's like I have to always be on top, or I have to always, be 10 step ahead of the person because of my situation. I had kids, so I didn't want things to. But I wasn't always like that. I became like that because of me being so trustworthy. And that's that, a lot of men prey off of, women who have an open heart and, just willing to help. But yeah, like I said, it was gonna be like a quick live, something that I wanted to do, but it's gonna be real next time. I just knew I had to do it. It'll just be something that I look back on. And also, it's another thing I wanted to talk about too, and that is I'm gonna put it in the chat box. It's called karmic energy. And what a karmic energy is when a certain energy, I told y'all, do not look at the individual. Don't look at the physicality of things. You gotta, read the energy. But a karmic energy is someone, an individual who comes in your life and they teach you a lesson, something about yourself that you did not know previously. But once this karmic person comes into your life, you're gonna know it. And it's based upon, the things that you've already had to endure and that you've overcame. So when that karmic person comes into your life, you get the lesson. And then when you are able to release it, when you see that it's no longer serving you and you learned your lesson, then release that energy from your life. Because that's all it is. Anytime we get into any kind of encounter with any person, it's all about ourselves, something about ourselves that we need to learn about ourselves to evolve to the next, greater life experience. But yeah, everything here on this room is here to just teach us things about ourselves. This is a self-reflecting world. So with this being a self-reflecting world, we have to always, be working on ourselves so we can easier, glide through our life experiences because that's what it's all about. It's about us knowing ourselves. It's about us enjoying our life. It's about us being happy. It's about us, you know, going through the growing pains and not being stuck in those growing pains. It's about us moving forward, always moving forward. Even when I didn't even know anything about spirituality, I always moved forward because I always felt like it was something always better for me. But it wasn't until I started to check my own energy. I started to check my own mentality, my own thoughts, and I started to really do some intense work to heal myself. That's when a lot of things it just ceased it. But yes, I do look like something. I'm the crazy woman or whatever, the dominating woman or things of that sort. But hey, when you learn yourself, when you fully confident in who you are and the life, what life has taught you, yeah, it's gonna seem arrogant, but hey, that's what wisdom does. Wisdom give you the vision, give you the intuitive ability to know when to remove yourself from certain situations. So it's very important that we not only work on our physicality, meaning our clothes and our career and our face features and things of that sort, we also have to put in the work when it comes to our mentality. Because if you don't put in the work, you will repeat the same lesson only with a different person. Because this is a self-reflecting world. It goes no other way than that. So, my ladies, I just wanted to come on here and, chit chat a little bit. I was hoping that I had some females coming to the live and we can chat a little bit, but I see that didn't happen. And we 20 minutes in, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe next time. But yeah. And next time, like I said, I'll be better prepared. But I do have my little notes here. But I don't. I just want to. I bases on the most important parts. Karmic energy, and you and that individual resonating. Y'all focus is solely on evolving yourselves. Instead of this person being that way, excuse me, and that you being that way, y'all have to come together and connect. Connection is very important, especially if it's something that you're looking at as serious, in particular moving forward with it, beyond dating, you know, probably getting engaged and, y'all living out the remainder of y'all life together. But before you can do that, you have to know who you are because I call it looping. when you don't know who you are, you will loop. Looping is not something good, especially when you already went through something and then you put yourself through it again, and all you have to do was do some, self care, getting your mental right, getting your soul right, because with each of us, we already have certain. How can I say this? We already have certain ideas, or we have certain intuitive abilities that we can tap into so we can get certain information about ourselves, so we won't have you know such a hard life. But it takes us being alone, that takes us really being truthful with ourselves when we know that we're headed down the wrong path. And we can feel it. We know when an individual is not for us. We know when a certain situation is just not serving us anymore. We know this. But me speaking from experience, reason why I did it is because I felt like I can help the individual. I felt like I'm a patient person, so I can deal with a little bit more of that until there is it's just no more left in me. But yeah. Um, I'm about to get it ripped up, so y'all ain't. Yeah, I can come in because I'm gonna get it ripped up anyway. You said 20 minutes. Yeah, that's all. I just was gonna be something short and simple because I just feel like I had to do that, especially because of the situations I go through. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful evening, beautiful days, and I'm about to conclude this segment, this live, because I've said what I felt like was the most important on self care and soul care and getting your mental right, and you being more aware of the things that you're allowing into your life. And when I say things, that's the energy. So check the energy. It's not the person. You got to check the energy, because a lot of times the individual could be possessed and they don't even know that they're possessed. So a lot of times it's not the person. And if a person is not self-aware, doesn't realize how energy works, more than likely they're possessed and they don't even know it. But y'all have yourself a wonderful night, and check the energy, not the person. Bye bye.